My question to you is, you've been practicing as professional engineers all these years, more than 5 years, but you've yet to register as consulting engineers. So I'd like to ask you, Engineer Auma, just from where you are, why is that the case? And are you considering doing that or not?
Okay, thank you. I aspire to register as a consulting engineer, and I think I'll be able to be one very soon. Now, the reason why it has taken me this long to be a consulting engineer is just because I haven't created time to put my papers together and submit. But it is something which, just as I said, it's a logical thing for me to do as a consulting engineer. But at this stage now, I don't think it is now compulsory for anyone to be a consulting engineer. After you have become a PE, now depending on your career, depending on your practice, you may not be in that dispensation where you want to practice as a consulting engineer. But I think it is still advisable for anyone, whether you are in consultancy, you are in construction, or any other field. It is still advisable to go to the next level of becoming a consulting engineer. And the reason why I'm saying it is advisable is because once you have practiced for all these years, you can still be a consultant in one way or the other. And it is better if that opportunity comes, you are prepared, you have all the credentials for that. So I think, and now it requires very little effort to become a consulting engineer, very, very little actually. So I would advise that those who are PEs and are still in this practice of engineering should go ahead and become consulting engineers. There are so many PEs who are now doing completely different things. There are PEs who are in banking completely. There are PEs who are actually practicing as auditors, finance auditors. You know, they have done CPA and they are auditors. And that's now their life right now. But they are PEs. So for such people, there might be less incentive to be a consulting engineer, and probably they may not even meet the requirements. If probably for the last 10 years they've just been doing financial auditing. So, the short answer to your question is, I've just not created time to put my papers together to submit them so that I can be considered as a consulting engineer. Otherwise, there's no good reason why it has taken me this long. But it is something which is now I'm on, and I think by next year also, I think I should be a consulting engineer.